Today I am interviewing my nan and we are going to try and find out how do you survive a world war.
Okay.
Who did you know that was in World War II?
My parents, my mum and my dad, both in World War II.
Yes. Any other person?
They both had relatives that were in World War II.
Did your mum or dad take part in a blackout?
I'm sure they would have done because I think everybody had to take part in the blackouts. My dad was in the RAF and I'm sure to him it was important, and my mum drove ambulances and I know they weren't allowed to have any lights on the trucks or the ambulances during blackout.
Okay, so do you think this was an important thing of surviving a world war?
Yes, definitely, because then the enemy couldn't see where you were at night time, could they? There was no lights on, it was just dark.
Yes. What did they do other than a blackout to help them survive?
I think probably evacuating the children was one of the big things, to get them away from the cities and the shipyards if they lived near them. Put them out in the country and they'd be safer. They always carried their gas masks because they were frightened of being gassed. The blackout obviously was really, really important. And people going to help on the farms, like the Land Army, to help keep growing fresh food because we needed food.
Do you know anything about Anderson air raid shelters?
I think most people tried to have an Anderson air raid shelter in their back garden if they had one, and if they lived in a big city. Instead of that, I think they went down the underground stations and things like that. They found places safe.
Okay. Did your mum or dad tell you a lot about World War II?
No, they didn't, darling. They didn't tell me very much at all. I just know that my dad was in the RAF and my mum was in the ATS and drove ambulances. I don't know much more.
Okay. Why do you think they didn't tell you much about World War II?
I think they saw things that they really didn't like, pretty gruesome, and they didn't want to upset us, and they hoped that we'd never ever have to live through anything like it.
Okay. Do you have any pictures of World War II?
I've got some pictures that I found in my parents' photographs.
Okay.
These are their identity cards. Everybody from 1939 onwards had to have an identity card, including children. And you had to make a note of every change of address if you moved. And these had to be shown on demand if you were asked by a policeman or a member of the armed forces.
Do you think this was a key part of World War II?
Yes, it's so that the government knew everybody belonged here. Okay. This is a picture of my mum and her friend. My mum's in the trousers or overalls because she was a driver.
That is hard.
The other uniform is the normal uniform with her skirt.